Hey guys, MCU Collector here, finally with another review video. It has been, I don't know, 2 weeks. It's not something that I initially planned to kind of take a break, just kind of happened. And I got a lot of rest, but I'm ready to get back into it. And I got a few figures and stuff that I can review. I still never reviewed that Wolverine 5-pack Amazon exclusive. So I got some things to review. So here, I thought the best thing to kick that off and bring back some reviews would be the Marvel Legends Target exclusive Disney Plus Marvel Studios What If. This is the Captain Carter stealth suit version. So here we have it. It is now hitting Target stores. The DPCI is 087166000. So, you know, go out there and take a look. I posted a picture of the barcode on my Instagram, so you guys can check that out. But here we have it. I'm finally excited. Before I get started, yes, I am fully aware that this figure is not accurate to how she looked in the final episode, or was it the final 2 episodes? I know the shield is wrong. Should still be this shield, right? So I know that. The other thing that is wrong is the design of the suit isn't really completely accurate. They added some paint in some areas to make it be as accurate as possible, and then the Union Jack was a little bit squished down in the show, so I know that is another inaccuracy. And then of course her hair is just not straight down. This is basically the same exact head sculpt that we got in the regular release Captain Carter that came in the Watcher Build-A-Figure wave. So I am aware of those 2 facts. However, I still really like the figure and think it is really cool. So we'll get into it. Enough of that. We got the Watcher right there on the top. You got the Watcher actually behind there. Side artwork of Captain Carter. That's interesting is this particular image, which would have come directly from Marvel to the Hasbro guys, actually shows that hair, not the straight down hair. So that is something that had to have been maybe a semi-late change, or something that Marvel would have done. So here, looking at that artwork, the shield is the shield that we got. I know it's not accurate, but you know, it is what it is. For whatever reason, things got changed. That's what we got. The figure is exactly to this. For the most part, the suit, they did paint in some areas to make it accurate, but it's still kind of wonky. I'll show you guys that when we get to it. But the bio reads, Marvel's Captain Carter. Captain Carter's secret stealth mission sets her on a collision course with new enemies. Pretty generic, right? That episode starts off with like Winter Soldier starts off, and then she gets pulled out of her universe by the Watcher. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get her out of the package and let's take a look. Okay, and here is the Captain Carter figure out of the package, and notice I have no issues getting her to stand. I know that somebody made a funny comment saying, and she still can't stand. I can get her to stand. Like the regular release, I definitely have a harder time getting her to stand. I mean, it could work, but at least this one's, you know, pretty flat-footed, whereas this one, you know, kind of was a little bit wonky. But this figure looks really good. There's some weird things about it, though. But still, I still really like it overall, and I'm happy to have a new figure. It seems like forever since I've had, you know, a new Marvel Legends figure. But this one's good. It's just the weird things on it, because we get 100% the same exact sculpt. They did not do anything new on this figure. It got a new paint job, which you know, they added in some of the paint details of the suit from the show, but it's hardly noticeable. A sculpt definitely would have been better. But I know for these type of things, you know, getting another unique sculpt on top of one that we already got, I think would have been a lot to ask for. It's something that we don't typically get. You know, we got the one. And it would be crazy in a lot of the instances where they don't reuse those body molds again. You know, I don't know that this T'Challa Star-Lord would ever really get used again. But, you know, with the Peggy Carter for season 2, you know, maybe they will. But I'm sure she's going to have a different suit. So maybe they'll do some new sculpting and that type of thing. But, you know, for her first season, only like 2 episodes that she's in, you know, 1 episode with this, 1 episode with this, you know, it's not something that we probably would have seen. But still really cool. So let's get in for a closer look and look at the details of the suit and what they painted on to give it that look of the new suit as opposed to doing new sculpt. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Captain Carter figure. Again, same exact head sculpt. The hair is a smidge darker, but it's essentially the same exact thing. Lipstick looks a little bit more red on this new one, but it's basically the same, so no differences that you're going to see there. But obviously the differences in the suit, and the differences in the suit is in color only. No sculpt changes or anything like that. So we get the dark blue suit that's supposed to represent the stealth suit like version of Captain America from Winter Soldier. So here is the Captain America design, and then the Captain Carter design actually gets a lot of similarities with this particular design of suit. So notice where we would normally get the red, white, and blue stripes for Captain America, we just get these black sections in here on the leg, and here on his torso. So this figure does the same thing. So I'm gonna have to brighten this up, I think, just to be able to kind of see those details. So now that we're a little bit brighter, hopefully you guys can kind of see this better. They painted on those sections of her leg there with this gray color, and it's hard to see. Even in hand, it's a little bit hard to see because we have a dark blue base and then gray paint over the blue. So it's a little bit trickier to see. And then the same thing here on her torso, we get those same designs, but you can see the sculpt is already still that Union Jack design from the original release. So again, they didn't change the sculpt or anything like that. They just added in those paint details. And really that's the only paint details that they added on. We do get the silver there, which is supposed to kind of be a continuation of the Union Jack silver from her torso there, and that all looks pretty good. Brown belt, silver buckle. The boots are darker as well, so you can see there they're more of a blackish color, and we actually get silver painted buckles. So we do get some different paint apps there, whereas the straps are brown, and then those buckles are silver, whereas before we didn't get any paint detail there. They were just all brown. So again, looking at those painted details there on the legs, it's at least somewhat of an effort. I think I probably wouldn't have even noticed. I didn't notice until I had the figure. Based on the promo images, I don't know if I've even really recognized that there was anything in the paint of the figure at the time. But you know, I guess it's kind of interesting. At least they did something to try and make it film accurate without having to do a new sculpt. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's not terrible, but you know, obviously, new sculpt would have been a whole lot better. We have the different shields. You can see it's a different blue. This one is more closely tied to the silver and blue stealth strike suit, Captain America. They did that kind of the same thing there. But we know that in the final episode, she actually had her same shield. It was not this version. So for everyone that was kind of mad that the shield was not correct, I think I can fix that for you and give her this shield, which, look at that. She's now accurate to the show, except the hair, but I get that. But not everyone has gotten the regular release Captain Carter at this point. You know, a lot of people are commenting on Instagram and Twitter that, you know, they haven't even been able to find the regular one, and here I am with the Target exclusive. So I thought, you know, there was wide enough release, and in pre-orders and stuff had kind of gone out for quite a few people, but you know, it sounds like a lot of people still don't have the regular release, and it is a really good figure. The ankles are the only downfall to it, you know, but still a really good figure. Hopefully you guys can be able to get a hold of the regular version soon, or maybe even pick up this Target exclusive. That's something that you wanted to get. But based off of all the hate and comments that I had seen when it was first announced, a lot of people probably aren't going to be picking up this figure. I was extremely excited when they announced it, and I am very happy to now have it in hand. So let's go over the articulation. Even though it's the exact same as this, let's go over it anyway. Okay, so for Captain Carter's articulation, she can look down that much only. She cannot look up because the hair is going to hit her back and shoulders, so that is not going to work. You can do a full rotation, but it can get a little bit tricky with the way the hair is there. You get some pivot going on, but again, the hair is really going to get hit right into those shoulders. You get the arms to go out straight like so. You get a full rotation in there, of course. You have an upper bicep swivel there. You get a double jointed elbow that is pinless, so double jointed pinless elbow on a female figure. That is awesome. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. And she still does have this big ass hand that's going to be too big to hold on to the Hydra Stopper. And I just now realized this. She has like the cutoff glove, so her fingers are actually exposed on this version as opposed to the first regular release where they were not. But again, Stealth Captain America, same thing. His fingers were exposed on those gloves. We have the diaphragm joint, so she can pivot to her left that much. She can pivot to her right that much there. She can go back only so far, which isn't really a whole lot, and she can come forward only a little bit as well. And then we get the swivel at that diaphragm joint there. Legs go out that far apart. She can kick forward that far, which actually doesn't seem like a whole lot, does it? But, you know, I'm sure if you can work, yeah, that's all she's going to kick forward. I thought she kicked forward further than that. Doesn't really go back. Upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed pinless knee. So she gets a nice bend there at the knee. And then no boot swivel, which I think a lot of people were upset about that as well, not having a boot swivel. And I just noticed I got some extra little brown paint there at the boot. Not a big deal. The ankle is a weird story. This boot cover, I really don't like the design of it. Now, looking at the show and the parts where you could see her feet, it is accurate, but it does cause some problems in there. The way the ankle works, it's basically like an ankle ball that's like pegged into the leg, and because of that you do get a swivel in there, so that is cool, I guess. You get some hinge, so you can hinge down a little bit. You can only hinge up so far because that boot cover is really going to hit it, and you get some ankle pivot in there, but the boot cover really does hinder that quite a bit. And anytime we see like these ankle balls that plug into the leg, I always have problems getting those figures to stand. So the regular release Captain Carter was no exception to that, but this one seems much more solid to get her to stand, as you can see there. So it's not so much an issue on this one, whereas the other one definitely had that problem. Okay, so for some side-by-side comparisons, we have the two Captain Carter figures here side by side, and we have the Stealth Strike suit Captain America with the Captain Carter, because essentially Captain America doesn't exist in her universe, Captain Carter does, so that story kind of picks up where Winter Soldier would kind of continue on. So that is a pretty cool little detail that they went with similar suit design. So I'm pretty happy with that. Here we have Peggy with Peggy. This is which one was it? The Marvel 80th anniversary, or was it the Marvel Studios 10 year? One of those. This was a 2-pack with Steve Rogers in his leather jacket World War II look that was exclusive to Amazon. Pretty good figure there. So we have huge size difference after she took the Super Soldier Serum. Okay, and here we have the Hydra Stomper next to the Stealth Suit Captain Carter figure. Huge size difference between the two. And here we have our Guardians of the Multiverse. We do not have a Party Thor figure. We do not have the Black Widow. We do not have Gamora from the Disney Plus What If series. Those two figures would have been great to get, but I feel like we've gotten so many Black Widow figures in recent times that another one would have felt like a whole lot. But maybe one day we will still get that figure. That'd be pretty cool. But here we have our Guardians of the Multiverse. The Killmonger figure wouldn't technically be accurate because he isn't stylized for the animated series, whereas all the other figures feel stylized. I say that, but looking at like Doctor Strange, even, I guess he could pass, like color wise, you could tell, you know, animated. But Captain Carter could pass as a live action. I think it's just the T'Challa Star-Lord that really has that stylized animated feel to it, whereas the Nebula doesn't. The zombie Spider-Man, not so much. Maybe the head sculpt, the Peter Parker head sculpt. The zombie Cap, you know, it's pretty detailed. You know, it could pass for like a live action-ish type figure. So I guess, you know, Killmonger can kind of fit right into that. It works out, but our Guardians of the Multiverse. Okay, so that is my review of the Target exclusive Stealth Suit Captain Carter figure. I'm very happy to have it. I get it that it's not completely accurate to the series, the shield being wrong, but if you have the regular release, technically you're good, you're covered. The hair, it's one of those unfortunate things based off of probably, you know, early promo images and things like that aren't finalized at the time. I mean, even look at the package. A lot of times we'll see the inaccuracies of the figure, and then the package will have correct artwork or correct designs, whereas the artwork on this figure is full on what you see in this figure, like the hair and everything, the shield. So it's one of those things where, you know, late in the production game of the Disney Plus series, they decided to change the hair, so that kind of sucked. The shield is an easy one, but you know, I think any figure, you could always say, if we get a unique sculpt for every figure, that would definitely be the way to go. Realistically, that's not something that we're going to see happen. So, you know, the little things like with the legs, with the added gray paint in there for the design, while it's not perfect, at least it's something instead of just ignoring it and having an all blue leg. So at least there's some attempt at something there, which I can appreciate. So I'm really happy with it. I really like the design. I've always really loved the Captain America stealth suit design, so it's awesome that we get it in Captain Carter. Once I saw it in the show, I'm like, well, I want that figure. I want it. And then one of those Marvel must-haves on Marvel.com, they posted about the figure coming, saying it was a Target exclusive. So, you know, it's pretty awesome. So hopefully you guys will see it. It's popping up all over the country today. The DPCI is 087166000. The set date is 11/28. That is probably when you'll be able to find it online. So the 28th, whatever that day is that Sunday or on Monday or whenever, you'll probably be able to order it online. But, you know, take a look at the stores. Be nice to the Target employees. Hopefully they have it and you'll be able to get it. But there she is, Captain Carter. But anyway, that's my review. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of the figure, what you thought of my review. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.